ring that doorbell, and that doorbell means hit that like button, because that will only help the algorithm for my show of Coffee Break Sports. And if you've been following me up until this point, usually I do my picks every week, but I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to basically ramble off all my picks for the week of the NFL, week 6 of NFL action. And then I'll go over my top 3 games. And then, of course, you see the third topic of today. You got the Bears versus the Commanders. And for those who follow me on this page, I am a Bears fan. And so I look forward to talking about this. And last but not least, I will be remiss if I went through this whole show and not talk about the decision part 2, LeBron James. So I'm going to get into all of that. But first, let's start off with these picks. Okay. And so we're going to get right into it. And here we go. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And so we're going to start off with our first game of Sunday, which is a overseas game between the Broncos and the New York Jets. The Broncos are coming off a natural high of beating the Eagles last week in a comfort behind victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, in which the Eagles had so many opportunities to win that game, especially on that long, deep pass to A.J. Brown, which he basically kind of took his time on the route because he figured he wasn't going to get the ball from Jalen Hurts. And lo and behold, him slowing down, he missed out on Jalen Hurts finally finding him open. And we all know the rest of the story. The Broncos go on to win that game. They're coming into this game against a Jets team that's looking and starving for their first win of the season. And boy, I don't know, man. The Jets, at the rate that they're going, they might be looking at an 0-17 season. I hate to say it. Now, I hope that don't happen, especially for my boy Justin Fields. And yes, Justin Fields, we all know he is what he is at this point. We all come down to it. There's no more trying to fix Justin Fields. That story is over with. Basically, he is what he is. A guy that can run the football, and he's known as a running back / quarterback. And that's what we got here. We got a guy that is basically a running back playing quarterback, and this team is in shambles. And Breece Hall called the team out, basically said he wants to win. He's tired of losing. Breece Hall, I hope the Bears are listening as well when it comes to Breece Hall and hearing his voice. But neither here or there. I got the Denver Broncos winning this game. They are a 7.5 point favorite. Up next, we have the Cardinals going up against the Colts on the road. The Colts are red hot, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, who's ready to jump on the bandwagon for the Indianapolis Colts? I'm actually getting there. At first, I was fighting against it. Now, yes, what I also mentioned earlier in episodes when I did my picks in previous weeks, that the Indianapolis Colts, I had to see them beat a competitive team. All right. A team that is worthy of a challenge, right, to them. They did beat the Broncos, which is better than we all expected. So that's a legit win. They lost to the Rams, but in a close fashion. I mean, they gave the Rams all they can handle. And so I'm sold on this Colts team. Do I have them win the division? I'm still standing by what I picked. I did pick the Jaguars to win this division. I'll be getting to the Jaguars in a minute. But, man, the Colts, they got a lot of room on this bandwagon, man. Come on down. And I'm on it. I'm on the back seat. I'm on the wagon. Come on, follow me. I'm a believer in the Colts. I think the Colts will win this game against the Cardinals team that had one of the most embarrassing losses in NFL history. They are a 7-point favorite over the Cardinals. I will take that. I think the Colts will win this one easily. Up next, we have up to bat the Chargers going up against the Miami Dolphins. Chargers coming off a surprise loss to the Washington Commanders. I have the Chargers winning this one. I think the Chargers are the better team. The Dolphins got a lot of question marks going on with that squad. And so I got the Chargers winning that one. And the Dolphins almost lost to the Jets, man. Like, the Dolphins are they're just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins right now. But the Chargers also acquired edge rusher Odafe Owe, if I am saying that right, from the Ravens too. So that might be a boost to their pass rush. They really couldn't get any pressure on Jaden Daniels last week, so maybe that will help. We'll see what happens. But the Chargers are a 4.5-point favorite. Up next, we got the New Orleans Saints going up against the Patriots. Not going to expound too heavy on this one. I got the Patriots winning this one on the road over the Saints. They are a 3.5-point favorite. Although I am very impressed with Drake May's performance against the Bills last week. That was his coming out party. Let's see if he can keep it up. And I think the Saints is a perfect team to follow up that performance to keep the hot streak going. Up next, we got the Browns going up against the Steelers, and the Browns made a trade heard all over the world by trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals. And the Steelers coming off a bye week, I think they will be ready. Mike Tomlin always has his teams ready after the bye week. I think they beat a Browns team that, even though they're 1-4, they're still a tough out. And although there's still some quarterback controversy brewing in Cleveland, we still don't know what the verdict is going to be with this team. We don't know who's going to be the starter. Will it be Dylan Gabriel? Will it be Shedeur Sanders? Well, right now it's Dylan Gabriel. All right, it's Dylan Gabriel. He's the guy. He's the man until proven otherwise. But Shedeur moved up to the number 2 spot, which I'm happy about. And let's see what happens. Anything can happen in the NFL. But right now, I got the Steelers winning this one. They are a 5.5-point favorite. Up next, we got the Cowboys going up against the Carolina Panthers. And the Panthers, they've been playing some up and down football this year. This could be a trap game for the Cowboys if they're not careful. But I got the Cowboys winning this one. The Cowboys are a 3-point favorite. And so even the odds makers feel like the Panthers can make something out of this game. But I got the Cowboys winning this one. I'll take my chance with their explosive offense and their opportunistic defense going up against a Panthers team that still doesn't have an identity up until this point. And then up next, we have the Seahawks going up against the Jaguars. The Jaguars coming off an impressive come-from-behind victory over the Kansas City Chiefs, where we saw Trevor Lawrence stumble twice after a snap and then getting up and rushing for the game-winning touchdown over the Chiefs. And very impressive performance by the Jaguars. For those who might not have been following me, I actually took a bye week myself last week from picks, and I would have picked the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game, so I would have lost that game. And as by the way, I was 10-5-1 off my week 4 picks. So I just wanted to kind of brief you guys on that. But so pretty good week 4 for me. But yeah, the Jaguars look impressive. They're 4-1. They're looking to keep pace with the Indianapolis Colts in the division. They have a tough matchup against the Seahawks, who are playing everybody tough. I mean, they're giving everybody a run for their money. Shout out to Baker Mayfield for pulling off another heroic victory over the Seahawks in Seattle. But I just think the Jaguars, they're focused. They're focused. They're locked in. Their defense is better. Their offense is better. ETN is having a better season than he did last year. He had an off season last year. And so I got the Jaguars winning this one. They're a 1-point favorite. This game can go either way, but I'm picking the home team. Up next, we got the Rams going up against the Baltimore Ravens, who are in shambles right now. I mean, they are sitting at 1-4. If you would have told me that the Ravens would be 1-4 by week 6, I would not have believed you. But golly, I mean, I did not expect the Texans to go up in that building in Baltimore and embarrass the Baltimore Ravens like that. It's been a long time since I've seen the Ravens get embarrassed like that at home. I mean, they just got throttled. And here they got a Rams team that's better than that Texans team. And I just don't see any light at the end of the tunnel for this Baltimore team. They're going to be digging themselves into a huge hole. And they have so many injuries. And then you have the Lamar Jackson situation where, hey, if he comes back, he's going to be coming back trying to dig this team out of a possibly 1-5 or 1-6 hole. And so we'll see what happens. But I got the Rams winning this one. They are a 7.5 point favorite. Up next, we have the Raiders and the Titans to kick off our 3 o'clock games. This one's easy. I got the Raiders winning this one, even though the Titans, they were able to squeeze out a surprise victory over the Cardinals. I still think the Titans are a mess. The Raiders are a mess too, but I think the Raiders being at home gives them the advantage. The Raiders are a 4.5 point favorite. Up next, we're not going to go. Up next, we got the 49ers going up against the Buccaneers for another 3 o'clock matchup. And the 49ers, I think out of all the teams in the NFL, you could say what you want about the Bills. You could say what you want about many other teams that are the top teams in the NFL right now, standing at 4-1. Nobody has had a more impressive 4-1 start than the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, a team bombarded by injuries. I mean, bombarded by injuries came into Los Angeles with their 49ers fans, which dominated the crowd, by the way. Los Angeles, show some love for your football teams, by the way. Like, what's up? What's up, LA fans? Why y'all not showing any love to your football teams? I mean, the Chargers and the Rams literally are on the road for 17 games a year. I know the Lakers. I know that the LA is a Lakers town. You know, the Clippers even get more love. The Clippers even get more love than their football teams, right? Man, LA, show some love for some football, guys. They gave you that beautiful stadium. Go in there and show some love for your teams, man. But anyway, the San Francisco 49ers have been very impressive, but I just don't think they're better than the Bucs here. I got the Bucs winning this one at home in another close game. I think Baker Mayfield puts on his Superman cape once again, and pull off another victory. And Baker Mayfield could find himself in an MVP conversation this year if he keeps playing like this hero ball that he's been doing. I mean, he has been very impressive. And man, Joe, I can't wait to see this game. This is going to be a nice one. This one just missed the mark for my top 3 games of the week, but this one's big. This one's big. Be on the lookout for that one. And then up next, we got the Buffalo Bills going up against the Falcons on the road. This could be a trap game for the Buffalo Bills after losing at home to a Stephon Diggs revenge seeker of a game by the Patriots, man. And, you know, I would have picked the Bills to win that game last week. I'm still shocked that the Bills lost that game. But I got the Bills bouncing back. I don't see them losing 2 in a row here. The Falcons are a mess right now. Yes, they've had some impressive wins here and there. They're 2-2, but they're not a convincing 2-2. They feel like a 0-4 team right now. Even though they played well in their last outing before the bye week. I don't know. I just don't see. I know the home fans are going to be rooting for them. The home fans are going to be behind them. But I just see. I don't know. I see the Bills pulling this one off in a close game. They are 4.5 point favorite. And then and so that was part 1 of the doubleheader on Monday. And now let's get to some of the key games that I have for this week 4 of NFL action. I have this one as a key game here. The Eagles going up against the Giants on the road. Eagles coming off an embarrassing loss to the Broncos, and now they go on the road against a Giants team that, made some very costly mental mistakes down the stretch against the Saints, giving the Saints their first win of the season. I think the New York Giants bounce back and make this game competitive, but I think the Eagles are going to be coming into this game upset and ready to prove a point, and I think the Eagles pull this one off. They are a 7.5 point favorite, but keep an eye on Jalen Hurts in the passing game. It's been a lot of talks about Jalen Hurts and his lack of ability to use wide receivers. Dallas Goedert is having the time of his life at tight end and getting all of the attention. And so what's going on with Jalen Hurts? What is absolutely going on? Like, he showed in the Super Bowl that he can pass to wide receivers against the Chiefs. He showed that in the NFC Championship game last year against the Washington Commanders. What's the problem this year? Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's one of my key games for the week. My next key game is this one. The Green Bay Packers going up against the Bengals. This is a tricky game for the Green Bay Packers. They're coming off a bye week, right? But then the Bengals made an interesting move over I guess a couple of days ago. As of this recording, they traded for Joe Flacco. They do not believe in Browning anymore. Joe Flacco is coming to town. Joe Flacco beat the Green Bay Packers before the bye week. Okay? Not before the bye week. They beat them a week before the bye week. So they gave them their first loss, right? Joe Flacco gave the Green Bay Packers their first loss of the season. Now he's going to be playing them again twice, and they're not even in the same division, right? And so Green Bay will be at home for this one. The Bengals don't have as strong of a defense as the Browns had, so I don't see Green Bay struggling to score against the Bengals here. But on the flip side, even though Flacco didn't play well in that first game against the Packers when he was with Cleveland, here he's got different array of weapons around him. He's got Chase Brown. This could be a resurrection for Chase Brown. If you're a Chase Brown owner in fantasy, man, you are happy that Joe Flacco is on this team. Then you have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. I know they are happy to have Joe Flacco in their city throwing them the football. It's better than what they had. All right. I know it's not a huge upgrade, Bengals fans, but it is a respectable upgrade. All right. With that being said, I still got Green Bay winning this game because I picked Green Bay before that move was made. But I think this makes this game a little bit closer than what I thought. I thought Green Bay was going to come in and just trounce the Bengals because they had quarterback issues. But now with Flacco on the team, this makes things a little bit interesting. So that's why I got this as the second biggest game of the week. My third biggest game of the week is none other than the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Lions. And the Chiefs are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. They are 2-3, on the verge of being 2-4. They're almost in a similar situation as the Baltimore Ravens. And they are opening up opportunities for other teams like the Jaguars, like the Colts, to be a source of us. And I would even throw in the Patriots. The Patriots look good. The Chiefs better get their act together. The Broncos too. I'll throw the Broncos in there. Chiefs better get their act together, because if they lose this game, they're going to be in trouble. Their division is tough. The Lions are tough. The Lions are just cruising right now. They're on cruise control. They look like they picked up where they left off last year in the regular season. They look like they got their mojo back. They're running trick plays. They're doing all types of crazy stuff again. And so, and another factor that falls into place here is the fact that Jared Goff is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes. So there's another caveat, right? Patrick Mahomes has to get his first victory against Jared Goff, man. So we'll see what happens. The Chiefs defense, they don't look as dominant as they did earlier part of the season. So we'll see what happens. But I think this is going to be a close game because the Chiefs are at home. They're going to have a home field advantage. They are a 2.5 point favorite here. And I'm going with the Chiefs here. I think the Chiefs can pull off the win against the Lions. And for me personally, for selfish purposes, I'm going against the Lions here because I'm a Bears fan. Yeah.